So, rebirth is that after this life, you get another life. Just like you're having a, what we can say, a video game. So, you have 5 lives. So, one dies and you get another life, you can continue from game. Right? So, it's not going to end the game. That is rebirth. So, what is there in Buddha Dhamma is rebirth. Actually, it's rebirth. Reincarnation means the same person is going to be coming in another form. So, like in the Tibetan tradition, they believe in reincarnation. The same person, they search for that Rinpoche or whoever is born, okay, and they find that, oh, the same person has born, and then they go behind and show him some material what was used earlier, and that child will identify those material, and then they establish that it is the same person who had died, and that process is called reincarnation. So in original Buddha Dhamma, if you were to see, or in its original sense, there is no concept of reincarnation. There is rebirth. Okay, this is the first question what you had asked. And then the second question on the karma phala. And that is the same in any tradition. Same. You get fruit of whatever actions. Your good actions will give you fruits, and bad actions bad fruit. But then the Buddha goes even more further on that in saying that if conditions, it is dependent on the current condition, not dependent on anything else. If the condition doesn't match, let's say I've done a lot of bad deeds, and at present I'm not enjoying or suffering any one of those bad deeds because the condition is not favoring that. The condition were to favor, those deeds, those fruits are going to come. I can't do anything about that because it's dependent on a condition. It's in Pali, it is called Sankata, condition. So it is condition based, and it arises due to that condition. The Paticca Samutpada is dependent origination, means something is going to arise not out of random, something is going to arise because the condition is making that to come, and hence that is how it works. So these are the two questions what you had. I think I completed it in a very no. Now here in this concept, the concept in Hinduism or in any other religion is a soul called Atma. Roughly speaking, what is Atma? Atma means that which knows I exist. Okay. In the world of the Buddha, it is Nama and Rupa, name and form. Roughly speaking, that you can, or not roughly, you can just equate it to Atma. Not really in that sense, but yes, then we can say, yeah, it seems like the Atma theory. So in the Dhamma, in the Buddha Dhamma, nowhere you will find any mention of Atma not being there, Atma being there. There's a question asked, Jiva and the, what we can say, the world, are they different, are the same, like that? And Buddha remains silent with them, doesn't answer. Okay. So in the same way, if you were to ask me about Atma, okay, in Buddha Dhamma, there is no concept of Atma. But what is there is Nama Rupa with Vijnana. Vijnana is the consciousness, Nama Rupa is the material and mentality. So when consciousness connects both the matter with, roughly translated as spirit, then it comes to life. So then whatever I say, I am seeing, I am hearing, I am tasting, I am touching, I am thinking, all that will, that's part of Nama Rupa. In the other philosophies, that is treated as Atma, because its consciousness doesn't have death, doesn't have anything. It appears when the condition is ripe, doesn't appear when the condition is not. So it doesn't have anything to do with anyone or anything at all. And hence, Buddha says that abhasaram idam chitta, talking as mind or consciousness, shining in all directions. That's what. There's no concept of Atma per se in Buddha Dhamma. And the Atta, what is spoken, is translated as Anatma or Atma, is wrong. Actually, it is personality, a person view. What is Atta? Anatta means there is no person view. You can't call I, EYE, as a person. You can't call ear as a person. You can't call this body as a person. You can't call thought as a person. That is how it is stated. No, it's not like that. It is nothing to do with subtle. It's like if you can control something to your way all the time, it is atta. If you can't control anything at all, it is anatta. Like, I want hairs. So I would like thick hairs. Like in your case, you have white mustache and a white beard and white hair. It shouldn't happen. And you do something about it. Except for applying dye, you can't do anything else to what is there. That means you don't have control. You can't choose. So nature does not allow you to choose. You get what you deserve in nature. And hence it is anatta. No personality there. If it was, you would have been able to select, you could have been able to control the way it should be. But hence, since you don't have any control, you can't do anything. No, the intention is there, right? See, what is karma? So, in the Buddha Dhamma or the Buddha's explanation about karma is Chetana aham bhikkhave kammam vadami. Chetana means intention. Because I say intention is the cause of, you intend to do something and you put all your effort that direction. So it can be good deed or a bad deed, but both are karma. So the phala is going to be there because you have intended, and that intention is in nama rupa. So if you ask who is the person who is going to enjoy or suffer, it's nama rupa. In other philosophies, they say atma is the one which is suffering. So like I said, roughly you can put it as nama rupa equals atma, then your confusion is gone. Like that. No, no. You see, in a discussion or in Dhamma, there's nothing called as basic. There's nothing called advanced. So whatever we have, we should either get it clarified or we should discuss. Doesn't matter. I can't ask you why you have such very basic questions. You should have known all of these. Doesn't make sense. Then I'm not the right person if I were to ask such questions. Okay, now see, in general, 99.9%, even though they are religious, they don't believe in rebirth. So it's a general thing that you will not believe in two things. One, there is anything called fruit of action. Then there is anything called as rebirth. These two things are not accepted in general by everyone. Meaning, even if I am supposed to be religious, following a religion like in Hinduism or Buddhism or thisism or thatism, inside my heart or mind or whatever I want to call, I really don't believe that there is a rebirth. I always believe that I can do something in this life. Okay? That means I'm intending to do something. And I don't believe that the intention, it is itself is karma. Buddha might have said, but I don't have to believe it. Right? So generally, even the so-called religious would not believe in rebirth. Even though they claim that they agree with rebirth or reincarnation or whatever it is, but truly speaking, they will not. Why? Because if somebody were to have a complete confidence about rebirth, his whole way of looking at life will change. Because he'll fear where he will be reborn. And since I don't have any fear where I'll be reborn, I will do whatever I want to do, which is atheist way of working. So even if I'm religious, I can be an atheist. It doesn't mean that I don't believe in God. I might be believing in God. It's a belief, it's not a trust in God, just a belief. So, in that belief system, the rebirth is not going to be there because I believe in God and God is going to take care of me. If God is going to take care of me, why should I worry about rebirth? God will take care. And I know my God is not going to leave my hand. He will decide for me. So, if He is deciding for me, two things are possible. One, the karma phala, fruit of karma or deed, will be taken by whom? God. Right. Two, He will make me reborn in the place I want to be reborn. And all scriptures would like to depict it like that, whether it is Christianity or Islam or whatever it is, whatever religion we are talking about. They would say that you do like this, God will take care. God will call you to heaven. God will do this. God will do that. So the mind of that person would feel that, oh, I can do like this and yet be reborn in heaven. If there is a rebirth. Now, I don't know if there's a rebirth or not, but I know I believe in God, in my God, whatever God I am believing in, right? Or a messenger of God. I believe in that messenger. So I feel that messenger is going to take care of me. Namo Buddhaya Nayak. No worries. We are having an interesting talk. So, okay, so basically, the rebirth is something I might just believe or I might not believe, but there is no trust, or rather, there is no saddha, means faith in rebirth. So what's the difference between belief and and then faith? There's a huge difference. Faith means, belief means that Somebody said something and I believe it might be true. I still don't have that confidence. So let's say Jesus is there. Yeah, there. Why? It's there in Bible. Biblical records say that Jesus, Moses, Abraham, etc., etc. Do you believe or do you have faith in them? And you would find, if you were to introspect deeper, if you were to understand deeply, you have only belief. Just a belief. Rama is there. Ah, yes. Krishna is there. Yes. Somebody else is there. Yes. Buddha is there. Yes. Mahavira is there. Yes. Muhammad is there. Yes. These are belief. I believe that they existed. Now, if I ask a question, whom do you follow? The question has no answer, no proper answer. I might say I believe in Buddha. Like, what have you experienced about Buddha? And then you will find the person has not really gone detail into Buddha Dhamma and never had any experience. So he might believe, but he's not. It has not turned itself into faith, saddha, faith. Okay. So when I don't have faith, faith is experiential. Belief is hearsay. I just heard from one monk and I believe it to be true. Whereas I don't have to hear, I've experienced. So I don't require anybody to tell me. It's just like putting sugar in the mouth. Is it sweet? Yeah, I have tasted it. It is sweet. I don't require anybody testimony. 100 times I eat sugar, it will be sweet. Belief means, have you eaten sugar? Sugar is sweet. What is sweet? Sweet is something which is, once you put it, you feel sweet. Oh, it seems sweet. Yeah, it is very sweet. Oh, yeah, yeah. Ah, so where will I get the sugar? You know what? You have to go around 100 kilometers from here. And I've heard that there is a sugarcane field there. I've heard. I've not seen myself. I've heard. You go 100 kilometers north and you will find a sugarcane field. You can ask anyone over there. They will tell you what is a sugarcane field. Now, that is a belief. That's just a belief. Because I have not tasted sugar. Or I have not even seen sugarcane. Right? Now, one day, I get excited. I go in search of. And I find some uh, like a bamboo, this big thing standing, and then I cut a little bit, I put it in the mouth. Instantaneously the consciousness knows it is sweet. I don't have to teach. Now I get faith. Even if somebody comes and says that is not sugar cane, it is not, cannot be sweet, I will cut it. I'll say, here it is, eat it. So there's nothing to be blindly followed, because you know it is sweet. So faith is an important aspect. Belief is the starting aspect of faith. You have to believe in something and then you experience it. Then you get faith. So rebirth, initially you need to believe, there's something called rebirth. And then you have to explore. And once you explore, you will get to see how rebirth happens. And when you know this is how rebirth happens, there is no need for you to question, is there a rebirth? In the same way, on the Karma Phala, root of karma, you have to start with belief. I believe there is There's a karma phala. But I have to experience it. What is karma? And what is phala? What's the fruit? What is the deed? What deed provides what kind of result? Once I am sure for myself, relying on myself only, I know it. And then the confusion is gone. That not confusion, the doubt is gone. The doubt is gone. You will not have any problem. If you have doubt, it's not going to help anyone. So you will always say, feel, I don't know there's a rebirth or not because I have myself not really seen it. So how can I believe it? No, you're already believing it. You don't have faith in it. Okay. The same way, karma phala. You believe, but you don't have faith. Unless it is experienced, you cannot have faith. So there's a difference between belief and faith. So there are questions like this. Did Ananda really recite all of this sutta? Because it starts with Evam me sutam ekam samayam bhagava, like that. How can Ananda remember so many suttas? Correct. And why should Buddha tell Ananda? And where it is documented that Ananda and Buddha had this discussion and he is supposed to recite. And who took notes of it? That means there should be some other person who has taken the notes of it that Buddha agreed along with Ananda. That doubt cuts faith because I have no answer now. So now should I follow the Dhamma? No, I don't have to follow. I am forcing myself. That's not going to help. Why? Because I don't have faith. I might at the max have a belief. Oh, so and so person is saying means it might be true because I believe in that person. Unless I prove him wrong. The day I prove him wrong, finished. The belief is gone. But what if you had experienced it yourself? It doesn't matter what he is saying, but you know for yourself. That doesn't matter because you have faith. That's the basic thing. Do we have faith or do we have only belief? If it is belief, it can be shaken for sure. Did that answer your question, Anupam? Yes. So you don't have to rely on whether it's a rebirth or not, or karma phala is there or not. 99.99% of population itself, irrespective of the religion they are following, they don't have to be atheist. They don't believe, or rather, they will believe, but they don't have faith in that. If at all they get it, I am telling you, there is Marananasati, meditation on death. If you really get it, you will not sleep. We are able to do like this because we don't believe in death. Our belief of death is after 90. Now, how old are you? 50, sir. 40 more years is there, we'll see. So, when the death itself is not accepted, you tell me, will I accept a rebirth? How stupid it is. And you tell me whether will I accept to karma phala? Theoretically, I will agree. Nice to know. That's fine. Like that. Fine. So let's make it short and sweet. So half an hour of discussion is good. We don't have to have hours together. It's only to reflect upon Dhamma, not that we need to do something. So in conclusion, there's something called as wrong faith. Sorry, wrong view. Okay? Michha Dhitti in Pali. What it really means is that two things are in wrong view with everyone unless experienced. One wrong view is karma phala. Another wrong view is rebirth. This is the accepted wrong view. It's not accepted right view. The accepted wrong view itself looks like right view. Why? Because I've not experienced it. Tell me, Anupam, has anybody come from whichever place they were reborn to come and tell me how it is? How and on what grounds should I believe it? I don't agree. Number one. Number two, the karma phala. What karma phala are you talking? So, what karma phala are you talking? I don't have any karma phala as far as I know. Why? Because you tell me this one. What is a karma phala for me to lose the hairs? I can talk about water, I can talk about dandruff, I can talk about hereditary factors. If it is hereditary, what is my karma phala in that? What karma have I done for this hair to go away? Correct? Simple questions. What's the answer to it? Nobody can answer. Even if I go to the doctor, what will he say? Genetics. Oh, how did genetics come into my blood? What will we reply? There's no reply to it. Then how should I take that it is part of my deeds? Then somebody will say, Vilas, you had bad deeds and hence you lost your hairs. Wow. If somebody has thick hairs, that means he has done good karma then. Now what do I answer to that? I'm 5 feet 5 inches tall. There are people who are 6 feet tall. What's my karma phala to be 5 feet 5 inches? No answer. So now you tell me, Anupam, why should I believe? Why should I trust? Not required. So in general, there are 10 wrong views. Out of that, these are the two wrong views which people will generally take. One is karma phala, another one is rebirth. To complicate it further, the Tibetans moved into something called as reincarnation. That's even more worse. Because now I don't know who that person is. So now I'm going behind and searching, and then I find, oh, he's the same person who was Dalai Lama 10 and now became Dalai Lama 11. Or he was Panchen Lama 1 and now he's become Panchen Lama 2. That. Now the question could be asked is that if only it is meant for lamas, then if a general person who is reborn, that means he has no reincarnation? Nobody asked that. Why? Because it's wrong to ask such. right? Because the person who is getting reincarnated will tell that I will get reincarnated, whereas a normal person will not say where he is going to get reincarnated. So, hence, is a normal person and he is a Rinpoche, right? So, this is applicable only to Dalai Lamas or to Panchen Lama or to some Rinpoche. That means whoever has gone into the Tibetan Buddhism, who are monks, Lama, it's applicable only to them, not applicable to every Tibetan. He will be reborn as a normal boy, but then he will showcase the qualities of a Lama and they bring him. Now, if you go and ask, how sure are you is the same person? That's a belief system. Nobody can 100% say he was Dalai Lama 1 and now he is Dalai Lama 2. I can take it to be true because when they give a lot of items and that child is able to select the items, so I know that this person has selected these items like what the first Dalai Lama was, or the first Panchen Lama was, or first Rinpoche, whichever Rinpoche I am following. And that's the only way. I have no clue, no guarantee like that. If you read history, yes, you read about Dalai Lama 6. He was doing all kind of activities which is not to be done by a normal Lama. He was Dalai Lama. Now the question comes, was Dalai Lama 5 doing like that? No, there's no answer to it. So what we should do? Should you believe it or disbelieve it? Your choice. So this wrong view is going to be there. I know it is too much for you on day one on this. Like anything else you have to discuss. Okay. If you don't have anything, then we can end for today and again meet to something interesting. I've started something like a 20-minute Dhamma and I've shared it, seen that, and wanted to make some very simple thing like I met my cousins and then they were saying that at the videos and they feel that it is too much to understand. I thought I should make it in a very simple thing. Not using too much of Pali. So somebody wants to know, I can share that info from where I find it, but I am using too much of Pali. It becomes difficult for the other person to. Okay, don't have anything. 8:30. So I'll bring something interesting tomorrow from Pena Pindu Pamasut. We'll make it much easier how to experience Pena Pindu. If you have experienced Nayak, it is good. Otherwise, can try. Anupam can certainly. If you are joining Anupam, or if you are able to join tomorrow. Okay, no worries. All right, good night. Namo Buddhaya Tervan Sarnai.